Peter, what deeper meaning or what personal significance do near-death experiences have for the dying person?
They are enormously life-changing. Most people who have a near-death experience are not the same people after the experience. And this is because of the very, very strong feelings of love and light they have. But not only that, it's because they know that at the end of the death process, it's not a switching off. And it is, in fact, very helpful, but it's more than that, because in some people, they get changes in their spiritual belief, they get changes in ideas of who they actually are. And some of them have an extension and expansion of consciousness. It's called non-duality. And some people become non-dual. What that means is that you no longer see yourself like, well, maybe you don't, but I do, as a person who's inside a body looking out on an outside world. And that is non-duality. That is duality. Non-duality is when the outside world and the viewer are one. And so, in fact, you are always just part of your consciousness at that point. You're not an independent looker or seer. And that, in fact, happens to a number of people who have had a near-death experience. So huge, huge changes in your understanding of who you are, and particularly what's going to happen when you die. And so you lose all fear.
You lose all fear, so that means that a near-death experience is always perceived as a positive and reassuring thing?
No. Not everyone experiences it all as positive. In our study, which was about 500 people, 4% were negative near-death experiences, and there's been quite a lot written of them. These fall into two types. One type is where when you go into the void, you don't go into the light. And so you are in an empty blackness, and you stay in an empty blackness, and the empty blackness is empty, and you're alone in this void. And some people find that very frightening. It's uncommon, but it's there. And the key, of course, is to find the light, if you can, and go towards the light. But otherwise, you'll come out of the experience feeling that it's this void that you've been in is not a pleasant place to be. So that's one. The other type is what somebody called Eben Alexander had at the beginning, when he was at one level, he was entangled with a whole lot of processes. I can't put it clearer than that, because he didn't himself in his account. And this can be frightening, but it doesn't occur to many people. And again, in our series, we didn't have one person who saw the devil or anybody come with a big scythe to cut them into little bits. There was much more an echoing void of loneliness.
So it becomes kind of a positive experience, even from a dark starting point. That's also reassuring.
Yeah, it's absolutely correct.
Thank you very much, Peter.